Sorry guys, I got this all degreased. I got it metal. I got to treat it with metal. Everything's ready here now. I'm gonna come in and start pour 15 in the rest of this frame in the back, get the trail arms, and get this thing pour 15 up here. I'm just waiting on power steering pump. Can't really find power steering pump kit for this. Well, I could get them in, but I never really did one of these before. But I'm gonna go on and try, cause see, like his power steering pump that was in here, somebody redid this already. And the reason I can tell, guys, because that's a brand new bushing in there. So just looking at this, even though I ain't never did them, I'm telling you, I can look when you clean them up, that's a new bushing in there. So I don't know if they put new seal on here or what, but I ordered a seal kit for this, guys, and I'm on I talked to Tony up out of Milwaukee. He wanted the Deuce Boyz, and he was telling me he redid his and he sealed it up. So I'm gonna give this a try. I hate doing stuff like this on other people's cars because it's not mine, and I'm not sure. I mean, normally when I do things, they turn out all right, you know, but I like to experiment on my cars or a friend car, even though D is cool. And but it was leaking to start with, so I'm gonna put a new seals on here, guys, and I'm gonna try to get this power steering pump straightened out. So I gotta come in, I gotta sandblast. This is like for his power steering here. And these are a lot of his brackets and, you know, for the engine. So I got to get all of this stuff painted up. I got the car totally wrapped here. Make sure I get no overspray, and then like when I'm up under the bottom, I have this, you know, have this down. So if I reach up or something, I don't want to get no black pour 15 on the car at all. And then when I spray up these parts here, I don't want to get no overspray on this car. You know, I'm pour 15 and all in here, so it's coming along pretty good, guys. But I'll come back in and you know, I'm gonna start now up under the bottom, and I got a little bit more pour 15 to do right up in here with the black. But I'm just trying to get this stuff picked apart a little bit at a time, guys. Alright guys, so some of these parts are sandblasted, but pumps cost so much, and I didn't want to put a pump on here, and I've never did a kit before. So I'm gonna do a kit on one of my own. So I'm gonna give him one that came off of a 73. I still got all the, that engine's tore apart over there. But I still got the block, the heads. I got everything for that 455. But this is a 455. It's got 455 right on here, just like his did. And so his 73, this pump actually came off of I think a 72 wagon. I might have said 74. No, it might have came off a 74 wagon. I'm not sure. My cousin Ron sent that engine up years ago when I brought that 74 Impala that I gave my son 2 two-door hard top. And he brought this engine up with him, where his dad brought it up, Uncle Ernest. Brought that engine up, but when I looked at it, it had the cooling and everything. The engine just needed to be going through, so I tore it down to make up space, so I have room for everything. So this pump was just sitting over there because I've been trying to. AutoZone, they don't sell nothing but the pump. They don't sell it with the reservoir. And the one he had on here had actually been redid and it was still leaking. So I didn't want to take a chance with that, guys. So I'm gonna throw this pump on here. It's not leaking. It wasn't leaking. Been sitting over there on the shelf for about 10 years now, so I'm hoping it turned out good. But anyway, as soon as I get done with this car, they'll have the pumps in stock again. But anyway, you know how it goes. But you gotta really just sand everything, guys. If you ain't gonna sandblast, I don't want to sandblast, just get sand all in everywhere. So I just gotta take my time and just sand this baby down. So it's a little bit more time consuming, and this wasn't even part of what I'm supposed to be doing for him. So if I put this one on, fill it up, because his was just leaking, just sitting there. So if I put this one on and it's leaking, I'm gonna just leave it, tell him he's gonna have to get it redone, but I won't charge him. Otherwise, I'm gonna just charge him for the pump. I'm not really gonna charge him for the labor to put this on, because by me painting his engine, all of this would have had to be done to his pump if it wasn't leaking. So I'm only gonna charge him for this pump if this pump ain't leaking. But you gotta really just scuff it up real good, guys. So I'm gonna turn this on this side, and I just wanna scuff this up. Want it to go point downwards, guys, so that way sand ain't getting all in there. But I'm just trying to scuff this up for now, guys. Alright, guys, so normally when I got threaded areas, I just take a piece of napkin, push it in there to protect the threads. Because if you paint, especially with the direct acrylic paint that I use, it's a durable paint. When you tighten down the bolts, I never had it crack on me when I tightened down the part after letting it dry a couple of days. So push that, because if you get that paint in those threads, it's going to be hard to put your hose on there, your line on there. So around my threads, I like to put a little tape in there, and then with where the top of the hose is, put a piece of tape on there, and then I just put this around the cap and just tighten the cap on there, guys. And you know, make sure that there's no excess, because I didn't just tape that, you know, take 10 minutes and tape that. But just make sure there's no tape hanging down where when I spray it's gonna not cover that area. So even on the piece here, you know, that holds his coil in place, I tape around the threads because I don't want no paint to get on those threads, guys. So alright, so I'm gonna come in even with the thread bolts here. I finished taping these up, but really I don't really want too much. I just sandblast the heads. I really don't want no paint on none of these surfaces, guys. So I could have sandblasted the whole boat, but it's not really gonna matter. But I am gonna tape this to make sure that I'm only spraying the heads. And then once I get these taped up, I do like this, like sit them in an area like this and maybe tape around here where they stick out some. You know, but this is the back side. So if they just sticking in there in the angle, I get paint on these heads, on the head of the bolts. And you know, without having to hang these up. Otherwise, sometime I hang them up with thread or something and paint them like that, guys. Alright, so I want to come in with the 801 treatment. Spray this down, guys. It's gonna eat up rust and protect all, you know, get all of this stuff where the paint is. The etching primer, the etching primer that I'm gonna use is gonna stick to this, either etching primers or primers, whatever you use, and I'm gonna use etching primer. Alright guys, so now I got all these parts sprayed in etching primer. Now I come in with the direct acrylic gloss black and get all of these painted up here. Alright, so hey, I got all of these pieces painted up now. They all ready to go, looking good. That direct acrylic gloss. So hey guys, if you like these videos, guys, like, share, hit the like button. The like button is the thumbs up button for those of you that don't know. But hit that thumbs up button, guys, and it helps me out. So hit those thumbs up buttons. But these pieces are ready. I try not to get a lot of paint in there because of the belt is just gonna wear that back down anyway. But yeah, so they pretty much ready to go here now, guys. All I gotta do is start assembling these back on the engine. Alright, so now I got all of that painted up. I'm ready to put the tires on here. It's looking good. I got the engine bay. I'm gonna drop it down so it'll be a little easier to work on, putting the carburetor back on here. But it's all looking pretty good so far, guys. Look at that, look at that. Alright guys, I'll put these tires on here and get this thing jacked down. Alright guys, so as you see, I paint everything, guys. So these valve covers, they turn out really nice. Like I say, you know, this is D for D's 455. So when I sandblast that rubber garment, everything, all the paint came off. So I tape them off, guys. I try to do things, make them look as good as I can. But a little red here on top, but that ain't gonna matter. I could have folded the tape over, but it's fine. But they turned out really, really nice, guys. So, I just try to paint, as much as I can, the cap and everything, guys. Just, want to do everything. And then I always have extra parts that I just kind of say, okay, let me sandblast them, and if they ready, I get some paint on there. You see I didn't coat them as thick as this, but I was running out of paint, or this was left over, so I just use as much as I can. And I always try to have an extra part or two around, so when I get done with one thing, I have extra paint, so I won't waste paint, man. This paint is way too expensive. This is a direct acrylic gloss, and it works really, really good from my paint guy on the, on the engines. And I can say that because on my 455 Wildcat, I had that on there. The paint is holding up on every engine I sprayed so far. So, all right, so I'm going to pick up the valve cover gaskets today, guys. I'm ready to start putting this car back together. So, all right. So, all right, guys. These 73 is almost done. I just got a few more touch-ups, but I have no more spraying to do in here. So I can start pulling all the plastic off. So hey guys, I got all the engine parts painted up now for these 73 here. It's coming along really, really good. You see I got it totally taped off, guys, because overspray. When I'm spraying these parts, that mist get in the air. You don't want nothing on there. But, I got all this brackets painted up. Got the inside of wheel wells done. The frame is all painted up here, guys. I got a little bit more painting to do. But I got the engine all painted up there, guys. I got to start untaping stuff. Valve cover gaskets came in today, so I'll start putting all this engine back together today, guys, and get this finished up for them. I got to add a little bit more paint, pour 15 on there. I'm going to just leave them silver. Just leave everything silver on here, guys, and man, D73 is turning out all right, guys. Sorry, guys. So I got this valve cover on here, but it's starting to tighten down already, and I can still tell I got a gap with the way I bowed them down in the previous video. So yeah. So I can tell, like I said, I do it this way anyway, but it's putting pressure without me having to bend my valve cover gasket, guys. And you don't really, I can go and you can check the torque on how to torque these down. I normally just do it by feel. But you don't have to over torque these things down, guys. And because when you over torque them, that's when you get the bending of your valve cover, guys. And I'm telling you, if you over torque these things, they will leak and it will bend your valve cover. So whenever you're doing your valve cover gaskets, guys, you got to check for flatness and make sure that your valve covers are flat. All right. So now I could come in and put all of this stuff back. Now I'm gonna go to the other side here real quick. I say I can only hit when I paint this engine as much as I can get to, because it's hard getting a spray gun around, in between all of this stuff that's around the engine. So you can only do the best that you can, guys. But I tape off as much as I can. I'm still not gonna untape my carburetor area here until I'm ready to put the carb on, because I most definitely don't want to I don't want to get no objects in there. So let me pull this back out, because a lot of these wires wasn't hid. They wasn't in here, but I'm gonna put them in so you don't see them. When I get done, this whole engine bay is just gonna look somewhat better. I'll let you be the judge. But I'm gonna try to run all of this in. I don't know if you can see this here or not, but I'm gonna try to run everything. And I know my videos be long and detailed, guys, but when I'm doing the build, I have playlists that you can go to, and you can check out, like everything I'm doing to D's car rod here. I created a playlist for him and this car that everything's gonna be under that playlist, guys. All right. So start hooking back up all my wires. I got quite a bit more to do here, guys, but it's going along. It's going good so far, guys. So I'll come here and show you this other side real quick.